All right, so it says we're live, but let's wait a few minutes. See if we can get some viewers on. Takes a second for them to get on, so we'll just wait a couple minutes. And I wish we could play music, but we can't. Because then they flag you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to see if I can get on with my phone and see if it pulls up that.
Oh yeah, I could pull it up on my phone and it was working.
The Q&A is?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Are you guys all on? Or is it just me? Like on your phone?
Oh, I was on.
But you're not anymore?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I think we can get started. We got people on. And I'm actually just going to leave that on. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our live Q&A. We're super excited to be talking tonight about coaching and kind of how it's blessed our lives. And just wanted to kind of let you know a little bit about how it's going to work on the Q&A. You can ask any questions through the Q&A tab, and I'm trying to see where that is if you're on your phone or something. Did you see that, Whit? Where to ask questions?
Let's see.
Or am I just crazy?
It's on the left-hand side.
Oh, you can see it?
I saw, yeah, there's like a little tab if you hover your mouse over the left side.
Okay, perfect.
A little Q&A bubble pops up.
Questions by hovering over the left-hand side and using the Q&A. You just have to pop that out. But I think it might be different. Let me see if I can do it here. Anyway, I don't know if anyone can text me and just let me know if it's working or not. But we'll see. Maybe someone can message me. Okay, so we'll just kind of get going. We each wanted to share just a little bit about coaching and how it's blessed our lives. Throughout the entire Q&A, you're welcome to ask any questions that you have in the Q&A box. And if you don't see one, just go to the event page. If you haven't been added to the event page, just contact the person who sent you this link, and they will add you to that event page where you can ask any questions there as well. We're going to kick things off with Shay, and I'm going to make Shay the presenter, and she's going to kind of talk a little bit about some of the blessings that coaching has brought into her life. So go ahead, Shay. You're the presenter.
Hi, I'm Shay Anderson. I am an old friend of Melissa's. We grew up together, went to junior high school together, and I first heard about coaching through Melissa, but mostly just through watching her transformation story. I was always super impressed by all her posts, and I myself was struggling staying consistent with my workouts, and I had always been a little bit overweight all growing up, and I was a competitive swimmer and an athlete, but I still just wasn't happy with my body. And then for my wedding, I slimmed down a lot, but I gained it back pretty quickly. And so I finally reached out to Melissa and just said, like, help me, I need to do something. And I wouldn't mind making a few extra dollars here and there if I could, because I was supporting my husband through grad school, and we had one teacher income from me. So I hopped on as a coach with Melissa, and I started with PIO and loved it right away. But the accountability is what really helped me lose like 20 pounds and stay consistent with it. And I've done a bunch of programs through Beachbody, but it was the coaching that really helped me stay consistent, because I had other people I was helping, and a team that I was working with, and just a super positive community that every day I could count on to help me get through the hard workouts or the days where I would feel like I wasn't strong enough to stick with my healthy lifestyle. And I found that through the consistency of the programs and the consistency of the support system, I was able to keep the weight off and become like stronger and slimmer than I'd ever been. And with that came a lot of confidence and self-love, something I had never really had before. And it has continued that way. I've just been surrounded by these positive people, and so I've become more positive, and it's really helped. And so when I became pregnant this year, I was a little nervous about gaining weight again when I had lost so much weight. And
Uh-oh, I think we lost her for a second. Is she paused for you guys too?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there she goes. Okay, we lost you for just 1 second, but you're back. So you can.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, so through the constant support and positivity, I've been able to keep up mostly every day a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy all throughout my pregnancy. Yes, I've gained weight because that's what happens. And I've gained more than I would have liked, but my doctor says I'm healthy. All my blood work is healthy. All my levels are healthy. So hopefully this baby inside is going to be healthy, and I feel great. So I've still been able to stick with my healthy lifestyle, and I wouldn't have been able to do that without coaching.
That's awesome.
And without the support.
Okay, awesome. So next we've got Whit. And Whit, you can kind of introduce yourself and then go for it.
Okay, my name is Whitney Brewer, and I'm Melissa's sister-in-law.
Woo!
And yeah. And I started coaching. It will actually be a year next month, which is really crazy to think about. But I basically started coaching because I had my little boy, and before I had him and while I was pregnant, I loved going to the gym. Like, I loved group fitness. I had always done that. It worked for me. It was my thing. And then after I had Cash, my little boy, it was hard for me to go. The morning classes, I couldn't make it because he was probably napping at that time, and then I'd have to wait for my husband to get home from work to try to make those classes, but usually we had something going at night. So I was maybe going to the gym once or twice a week, and it really hit me that my son, around his first birthday, that I still had a lot of weight to lose, and I knew I needed to change something. And Melissa had been coaching for like a year, and I saw that she was doing it at home and that it was working for her. So I just decided that I was going to do it. And I also decided at that time that if I was going to do the workouts, that I might as well do the business side of it and see if I could, do that successfully and give it a try. So ever since, I just have jumped in with both feet, and I told myself when I did it that I would do it for a year. And if I wasn't, making a income, or if I wasn't liking it, then I would stop. But I told myself I had to do it for a year. And coming up on the year, I definitely am going to keep doing it because it's working a ton. I've loved working out at home. I don't feel like I have to miss time with my little boy. And it's all on me. Like I get up in the morning before him. I don't have to wait on anyone else. So what I wanted to talk about today is a big part of Beachbody and coaching is personal development. And before Beachbody, I had never read a personal development book or never really been into that stuff. To be honest, I thought it was kind of weird, which may be mean to say. But I just thought like, oh, it's for people that have big problems or they need help. And I thought I was fine. But a couple months ago, I thought I've been doing everything else Beachbody suggests, like I need to start doing this. So I've been doing it for a couple of months now, and I cannot believe how much I've learned about myself. Like things that I didn't even know were in my mind or that I didn't know that I needed help on. And I can't believe the change that I feel reading these things. And I think the biggest thing for me with personal development is that Beachbody, the company, really wants you to do it. And for me, that just proved that they care about you. It's not like a scheme, or it's not, they aren't just wanting you, a million people, to do it. They really want you to focus on making yourself happy and making yourself healthy, and just sharing your journey. And personal development is a huge part of that, is just keeping the positivity in your mind and doing that every day and starting your day off with that. And I have absolutely loved it. So I've really liked it, and it's really improved my life. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Whit. Okay, I'm going to change presenters. All right, so I'm up next. My name is Melissa Brewer, and I am a 2-star diamond coach, and I've been coaching, like Whitney said, for just over 2 years. And I think a lot of other coaches, I started coaching because I was just, I was looking for something more in my life. I felt like I was kind of just stuck in a rut. I had just had my second baby, and we were coming up on December, and I was going over some tax stuff, and I remember looking at our bank account and thinking, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for our groceries, and how are we going to pay all of our taxes, and how are we going to, afford all this, all these expenses that are coming up? And I remember talking to my husband and just saying, something's got to change, because I was teaching full-time, he was working full-time, and I just didn't understand why we couldn't make it work, and why we were still living paycheck to paycheck. And I was sick of not being able to be at home with my kids, and I, as much as I loved my job, and I loved teaching, and I loved doing the things that I was doing, I really loved my kids and my family more. And I just needed something to help me feel like I was myself again. After having 2 babies, my body changed a lot, and I didn't feel confident in myself. I had gained over 50 pounds with both babies, and so after having my first baby, I lost most of the weight. I think I had like 5 pounds left to go and then I got pregnant again. And I was much healthier in that pregnancy, but still gained a lot of weight. And I remember just being so discouraged, and it wasn't falling off me as quickly as I wanted it to. And so I started coaching, and honestly did it because for a few reasons. One, because I really needed something I could do at home. Just like Whitney, I could not force myself or even ask my kids to go sit at a daycare for another hour and a half while I worked out when they've been at daycare all day because I've been working. That just didn't work for me. And my husband, like I said, was working long hours, and so he wasn't there. And when you're going to group fitness and things like that, it's just hard to make the schedule work. So I needed something I could do at home. I needed some, I was really looking for something to help us financially, and I'd seen a lot, one of my friends, Micah Folsom, and she was having amazing success and talking about how much this business had blessed her life. And I remember watching her for like 4 or 5 months and like thinking about it, but I was like, no, like I like the gym, I want to go to the gym. And finally, when I was sick and tired of not seeing results and struggling to get to the gym and not getting to where I wanted to be, I jumped in with both feet and I started running challenge groups where people could join me and do it with me. And what I immediately realized is that my body started to change, and because I I was only working out 30 minutes a day and maybe 5 days a week most of the time, sometimes 6 days a week, but it was for 30 minutes, that's it. And then I was focusing on my nutrition. I wouldn't say I've ever been really perfect with nutrition because it's something I really struggle with, but I've gotten a lot better, and I've learned how to eat healthy, and I know what I need to do, and I can make better choices than I did before. And then the financial blessings, and I always get really nervous talking about this because I don't want anyone or any of my friends or family or anyone that I work with to think that the reason I'm a coach is for the financial benefit, because it's not. Being a coach has blessed my life in so many ways, and I've met so many great people, and my confidence has grown tremendously, and my relationship with my husband has grown. We communicate so much better, and I know it kind of sounds weird thinking that a business could create a better relationship in your home, but it really has. And I don't know, I feel like talking about the financial aspects, it gets really, I just don't want anyone to ever feel like that's the most important thing, but it's lessened the stress in our home so much. I'm just thinking about last week, and I was able to earn the biggest paycheck to date in my career. And I remember when I saw that, I almost got just like really teary and emotional because we struggled our whole marriage trying to make things work, and we've always just lived paycheck to paycheck. And to see that money come from, somewhere that you feel good about, where you're helping other people and you're working really hard and you're doing the things that you know are going to better your life and your friends' life and your family's lives and all of your team and your coaches' lives, and to see that hard work pay off, it's a huge blessing. And we have a lot of bills that we're paying off still, and so I'm just so grateful that I have this opportunity to work with so many amazing women and a few amazing men, and that we get the opportunity to help other people and also get paid to do it. Like I couldn't think of any better job where you get to help someone else and it just blesses you in so many different ways. So Michelle, I'm going to hand things off to you. Let me make you the presenter. And then you guys are welcome to ask questions as well. And I'll go check the group while you're presenting and talking about your thing and introducing yourself. Okay, you're up.
Okay. So my name's Michelle Sorensen. I learned about coaching through my friend Whitney. And I've been about 9 months now. And I'm a diamond coach. And I can honestly say these 9 months have been some of the best of my life. It's just been such a rewarding experience for me. It's brought so much more happiness and passion in my life, and it's just been amazing for me. So how I got into coaching, I I was living across the country away from all my family and friends, and I was really struggling with the social isolation of that, and kind of struggling emotionally with being a stay-at-home mom with 2 young kids. That had always been what I wanted the most, is to be a stay-at-home mom. And as much joy as that brought me, I still was having a hard time, just feeling like I wasn't really connected to people, just like something was missing. And when I learned about coaching from WIT, I just knew it was the right thing and that it was going to help me in so many different ways. And it has exceeded my expectations even more than I thought. Right away, it was like instant friendships, just having an amazing group of people who are all trying to better their lives, just so much positivity and energy and friendship, and it's meant so much to me to be a part of the community with it. And having challenge groups where people are, I'm seeing the impact in their life from how it is affecting their health and their fitness. And when you get those messages from your challengers, just, not only that they're losing weight, but that their lives are changing for the better, that they are a happier mom, and that they, that they look forward to looking into the group every day. Those things have meant so much to me, and just feeling like I'm having a positive impact on people's lives has really meant a lot to me. And so I just can't even express enough how much coaching has surpassed my expectations, and how it's really helped me to be a happier, more positive person, and to really have those social needs met as a mom, and be connected. I moved to Idaho now, and I still am kind of away from a lot of people, but I feel so much more connected because I know that I have friends and a community to be a part of every day, and so it's meant the world to me. So that's kind of what we wanted to share about coaching, and then I think we're going to do some more questions, answer some more questions for now.
Yeah, so I am not sure if the Q&A is working on the YouTube channel. I'm trying to get Anna to see if she can see it. Hers froze. So if you haven't been added to the group, I just let the coach that invited you know, and we can, have you ask questions there. It can be now or it can be later. So we'll add you at any time, and the event will stay open for a little bit. I'm just not seeing any questions come in, and I don't even see any place to write the questions, so I don't know if it's available. But I do know I had a couple of people ask a few questions before we started the Q&A. And so one of these questions, let me go and find it exactly so I can read it for you guys. Oh, here it is. Okay. So one of the questions was, if you're not really into social media, how do you add new or more friends or get more friends on social media? Or how can you be successful if you don't have a big following on social media? Have any of you girls experienced that before coaching?
Yeah, I kind of was worried about this because I felt like I didn't have a huge market or a lot of friends. But I have just really grown it a lot by adding and finding different common interests with people. And so most of the people I've helped have been people that I've become friends with since I started coaching.
Awesome. So I also think that that's like a really important I'll just say this up front. I hated Facebook before I started coaching. Like, I was just not into it, and I felt like it was really negative, and there was a lot of like things on Facebook that I just didn't understand and wasn't into. So I hardly ever got on Facebook and didn't have a lot of followers, like maybe like, or what do you call them, friends? And I think I had like 400 friends, which I thought was a lot, but compared to now, it really wasn't. And so when I became a coach, I realized that there are these algorithms, I think that's the right word, in Facebook, and the more you interact with certain people, the more you're going to see their stuff on your feed. And so the more I started interacting with coaches and people who were really positive, my Facebook totally transformed and changed. And I've just been adding friends that, you know, from high school and people that I wanted to reconnect with, and it's just been so fun to be able to reconnect with all of my old friends and people from elementary. And so I think if you are worried about, you know, I don't have a lot of friends right now on Facebook. Am I going to not be successful because of that? Absolutely not. You can 100% still be successful if you have 0 friends right now. So I have a lot of coaches who created Facebook accounts just to, you know, get into our team pages and our groups and start working in that community. And then they've slowly been adding friends as they've gotten more into it. Does anyone else have anything more about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say it took me probably 2 or 3 months to feel comfortable posting anything on Facebook about fitness or coaching. I was just so nervous of how it would be received and what people would think. And I was so surprised by how positive everybody was. Like, everyone was so excited that I was working on me and working on my own healthy lifestyle, that it just supported what I was trying to do. You know, I was trying to help inspire other people, and I was trying to hold myself accountable. And so because of that, it gave me more confidence to reach out to more people. And it's just been really fun to connect with people and just build more relationships, not even about fitness or even about coaching, but to just build a community of friends online, which is what Facebook was made for. But it really, like, it's not as scary as it seems, and I was afraid of it for 3 months.
That's so funny. Yeah. All right. Have there been any other questions added to the other group? Let me see. I've got another question from someone else, but wanted to make sure. Okay. I don't see another question, so I'm going to go back to the ones I got before we started. Someone asked if it takes a long time to kind of ramp up with people who are interested in coaching or joining your team, or did you all have a lot of challengers right away? So I'll say that for me, I did not have a lot of challengers right away. I know a lot of coaches do, but I remember I had like 2 challengers the first month and one girl who was interested in buying Shakeology, and like that's it. So it really took, like I said, I didn't really have a big social following or anything, social media following, so it took me some time. You know, I had to really build my credibility, and I had to build friendships, and so for me it just took a little bit of time. But I think, Michelle, wasn't it a little bit different for you? Or maybe you want to share your experience a little bit?
Yeah. I started out, I think probably my first post, I felt supported, but not like everyone was jumping in. And so I kind of had to push past that and realize that I needed to be consistent with it, and then I did have success right away after that. So I've been able to hit Success Club every month, basically helping at least 3 to 5 people. Just by being consistent and sharing my journey has been the biggest thing, and making new friendships.
Yeah, I think that's like how it is for most coaches. It's not really, and a lot of times people ask the question like, "Oh, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to like drive my friends away." And and I think Whitney, you can even talk to this one too, because I know that was a big fear of yours is I don't want to be salesy and I don't want people to think I'm annoying or like run the other way when they see me. And that's just not how it is. It's all about sharing your journey. And I don't know if you want to share a little bit more about your experience with that, but.
Well, yeah, just going along with running your challenge groups, because I was really nervous, like you said, if you only had 2 challengers and there's only 3 of you participating in the challenge group, but I think people would be surprised at how supportive our team is. So there's always challenge groups that you can be a part of. You're not just on your own, basically. You're never on your own with how great our team is. There's always someone to help you. There's always other coaches that are willing to support you and be like, join my group, or here's a tip for how I did this. Because that was a fear, is like you just think you're going into this and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, but there's just so many good steps and support along the way that you're never really like all alone. And I agree. I think as long as you are just posting about your journey and like sharing your thoughts and just being real, that people just, it happened like almost organically, I want to say. I don't know if that's a good word, but
I love that word.
Then you know what I mean? I never have felt salesy, and I'm not good at that at all. So
yeah, I feel the same way. Like I am terrible at sales. Like I'm not in the convincing business. I cannot convince someone to do something. I just kind of share how it's worked for me. I help people to do the same, and it's worked for them too. So, okay, we have another question. So as a coach, do you get to choose which Beachbody programs you use and promote? So Shay, do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, it's pretty much however you want this business to be, it can be that for you. If you want it to be accountability and more of a hobby and just something fun you do on the side, you can do that. If you want to do it part-time, you can do that. I'm a full-time teacher. I do it part-time, and I'm making a good income as a second income, and could eventually make it a full-time, and then you could run with it and make it a full-time job. But with that, you can customize it however you want. So if you find a program that you love and you swear by, like 21 Day Fix or something, you could do it completely 100% all 21 Day Fix, every group you run, and a lot of people do that and have a lot of success. I personally have done just like whatever new program is coming out, just for my own variety. I've liked that a lot, but then I always end up going back to 21 Day Fix or PIO in between. And it's kind of good for your body to be confused that way, doing something new all the time. So it's really up to you however you want to do it. You can start coaching with any program, and there'll be a group like Whitney was talking about. You're never alone, so there'll be a group that will fit what you want it to be, so you don't have to run a group all on your own with whatever program you want to start. So it really is all however you want it to be, pretty flexible.
Yeah, I love that answer. That's exactly what I would have said too. Okay, here's another really, really good one. And I know I struggled with this, and I think every coach struggles with this because it requires a lot of vulnerability, and it can be really scary. The question is, I'm nervous about posting photos and videos of myself. And she said, talk me through this. So, I definitely can relate to this, because never in my life would I have thought I would ever post anything really personal about myself on social media, like ever. And so I don't know if I definitely want some feedback from you girls as well. But for me, when I started to realize the more real I got about my feelings and my emotions and what I was going through as a wife and mother and a woman and trying to feel confident in myself, when I post pictures or like sweaty selfies or whatever, number one, it's for the accountability, and that has changed my whole life. And number two, I've realized that there are so many people, so many women, and even some men who really are going through a lot of the same things that I'm going through. And by being vulnerable and by sharing some of those struggles and concerns and a lot of the different, back and forth emotions, I've gotten so much support, and I've realized that I can help so many other people who are going through some of those things by having them join our challenge group, or even just a free group, or talking about building a relationship because we have a common struggle. It's changed me as in so many ways, but especially as a person. I felt like before I was so concerned with myself, and now those posts are really because I care so much about other people. And I don't know if anyone else wants to kind of elaborate on that, but what do you guys think?
Well, I just thinking like that's a big part of the personal development too, that I feel like Beachbody does a huge push for that, because you have to work on yourself constantly, because still to this day there are some posts that I'm like, oh, people didn't like that maybe, or you start to doubt yourself. But as you fill yourself with that positivity and are surrounded by the support, it becomes easier, because like Melissa said, you know that you're helping people. And I think as long as you keep that your main focus, instead of maybe the money or worrying about what people think, as long as you're focused on helping people and improving their lives and putting your story out there, then I think it becomes easier over time, because your focus changes.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I put myself on mute so I could type an answer to some questions in the group. Okay, let's see. There aren't any other questions in that group. Do you girls have anything to add to that one specifically, or no?
I was just going to say that by sharing more about your life, it is a confidence booster in that of itself. Like I looked at my social media before I started coaching, and I really didn't have very many pictures of myself. Like it was, I was kind of hiding from the world, and with coaching, I feel like it was able to help me be more free, to live more free, and that provided confidence in of itself. And like what said, you're sharing you, but it's also to help other people and to see the bigger picture. And when you get messages that you're inspiring people, that is your push to keep going, and like the most rewarding feeling ever.
I 100% agree. What's so amazing too is um, when sometimes we post pictures of like our progress and whatnot, and people are like, whoa, like you've come so far, and that's so fun. But then it inspires them to make a difference in their own lives. And then when they hit their goals, I mean, that's like the best feeling in the world, because you get to celebrate it and encourage them to keep going, and it's just so fun. Like for example, a girl I've been working with since October just told me yesterday that she's down 30 pounds. And I was like so excited, because I know and I can see that these programs and this journey has made a difference in her life. And that's like all I could ever ask for. So, okay. So does anyone else have anyone asking any questions? I'm looking for one of the others that I was asked earlier today. Okay.
I don't think so.
Let me see. I know Okay, I think I'm getting to it. Well, I can't find it, but anyway, I think this might be a good time to kind of wrap things up. And there is an event page that's been set up for this group. I'm really sorry that the the question and answer tab didn't work. I don't know why. I gotta figure this thing out. I'm gonna do it one of these times. So if you are not in that group or you have not been invited to that event, you can reach out to me on Facebook, or you can reach out to the coach that added you to this or gave you this link, or whoever, and they can add you to the event, and then you can ask any questions there, and it will be open through the night. And we're also giving away a free program. So we'll have a drawing for anyone that is asking a question in there or who attended the event, but we won't know that you attended unless you go and comment in the group. So get added to that group if you are not added already, and ask a question or just let us know that you were here, and we'll put you in the drawing, and hopefully you'll win. So that's our call tonight, and we just really want to thank you guys for joining us, and let us know if you have any questions in the event page. So, okay? All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.